at least Helen Zille is not delusional like majority of political parties or political party leaders. She also admits that, yes, the MK is the game changer and the MK is the biggest winner in these elections because they came out of nowhere and they took majority of votes, they took majority of power, and they won majority of people's hearts. And I'm gonna play a clip on a recent interview. She was interviewed by the Sowetan. So she was asked what she thinks about the MK party and the imaging of the MK party. At least she was honest enough to agree that, yeah, the MK party is a game changer. President Jacob Zuma stepped into the politics and changed the whole political scene. And she thanks the MK party for also contributing into taking down the ANC majority power. If you don't believe me, take a listen.
Elsewhere, you described the MK as a catalytic intervener. I think that was your. Did you see that coming, or were you as surprised as much of the country in terms of the actual performance?
We weren't surprised by that because we saw it coming in the polls. Mm-hmm. The polls told us early on that MK would be a complete game changer, and they were. They took 45% of the vote in KwaZulu-Natal, which was higher than our polling had them, I must say. But then we always find polling in northern KwaZulu-Natal very, very difficult to gauge, to get to many rural voters who don't have cell phones, who don't have access to network and things like that. So it's hard, but MK did better than any of us thought they would. And they were a catalytic game changer. It was them that drove the ANC below 40%, and that opened the door for the realignment of politics, yes.
You just heard it, right? And you don't have to like her to agree with what she's saying. You don't have to like people to agree with the things they say. So she's right. And shout out to her for having the maturity to accept that, yeah, the MK party changed politics. The MK party came into power and changed how the dynamics of South African politics are. And to expand more on her acknowledging the MK party and the contribution of the MK party. The MK party is continuously changing the politics of South Africa. They are creating trade unions, whether for teachers, for nurses and doctors, and just public workers. The MK party is creating those trade unions. The MK party is contributing a lot into the changing of politics. And we all know the ANC was still so arrogant and still so egotistical. They thought they are going to be the majority party. We have seen how the president has been talking. We have seen how Mr. Fikile Mbalula has been talking. They were so arrogant. They were not reading the room. They were not reading the society on the ground, that people don't want them anymore. And the results, I'm sure, humbled them. But it seems like they are still delusional. They still believe they have power. I don't think the ANC has power. Even with their majority of the ministries, I don't think they have more power. Because the important ministries, the ministries that really run the economy, they are occupied by the DA anyways, you know. So, but this is not about that. This is about President Jacob Zuma coming into the scene and making people realize that they've been so comfortable. They've been so comfortable and they've been hating him so much for no reason. And people can see that this ANC is hating this guy for no reason. Let's show this ANC that they are nobody. Let's vote for the same guy they hate. And people went in numbers. 15% of the electoral vote voted for President Jacob Zuma. That's a game changer, man. Like, yo, bruh, he made people so uncomfortable. It's unbelievable and unprecedented what President Jacob Zuma has done. And if he's still in denial of that, maybe you are failing to acknowledge that the world is changing. People's mindsets are changing. And the ANC, people are tired of it. Thank you very much.